The goal is to die with memories, not dreams. I'd spent many days now scouting different areas without seeing a deer. An opportunity had arisen. My partner and her friends were attempting to ride 80 kilometres on horseback through one of the largest and highest stations in the South Island of New Zealand. I was a part of the support team. We would be driving vehicles to campsites and old shearing quarters, carrying food, sleeping gear and water, and we had been given permission to hunt premium land that only a few people charter helicopters into. We were heading into big country. I'd heard the term big country before, but did not understand. As we drove higher into the mountains, the landmass seemed to triple into a vast land as far as you could see. I had never seen anything like it. There seemed to be fewer mountain ranges, but they were enormous, and as you stared at these mountains, it seemed as if they were stacked upon one another. This was a one-off chance. There was no coming back to this spot. We moved locations every day, and every morning and night I climbed another mountain. These mountains felt more dangerous. I was out of my comfort zone. And finally, opportunities began presenting themselves. No footage can do this place justice. I was on my tippy toes on an 80-metre shale face, falling on my hands occasionally, grabbing trees to save myself. There wasn't much light left, but from down on the river flats, I'd seen a deer drop over into a really small basin on the map. There was only one tiny bit of vegetation in this basin, so I'd pinned it up, hoping to get over, find where he was, and have a crack.
What the fuck am I doing?
I was starting to question what I was doing, thinking why don't I just stay down there and have fun with everyone else. I'd started down in the river flats 4 hours earlier. I was really nervous of hunting late afternoons, as this would mean I was coming down the mountain in darkness. It was weird, I had mixed emotions hunting. I was super excited, but for the first time I was looking at hunting with a wariness and aspect of danger that I hadn't experienced. This was making me really indecisive.
Deer are gonna move down to drink, so the wind, I don't know. The wind was going this way and then it went that way. So I was gonna stay down the bottom, but now the wind changed, so I'm up here, but it's definitely swirling. It's gonna happen in these mountains. How fucking sick is this part?
Then 3Ks in, this happened.
Got my head torch, so I dumped my bow at another hut on the way down. I'm going back because I've been caught in New Zealand before without head torch because it fell out of my bag and it was fucked. It was the worst thing, so I've learnt. I'm going back to get it, which is devastating because we're only here one night and it's like this one spot I really wanted to hunt. Forget your head torch and you're racing home. Try and take a shortcut.
This was a bit of a reality check, and I didn't want to have this happen in the dark. I got down, got my head torch, and got back up the hill as fast as I could. It was not long after this that I spotted that deer, and I headed straight up the mountain. NZ is a different ball game. Everything is so steep, wet and slippery. The face on the left doesn't even look bad, but my knees were touching every step of the way up that face.
This place is fucking wild. Anyway, all I can really do now is slide through these trees and glass this area for about 40 minutes. I'm gonna quickly duck over this one and check it. And then I'm fucking out of here because that is a hectic climb down in the dark. It's getting pretty cold. Just got my jacket out. Still perched up here. Heaps of animals been walking across here. There's a little bit of, so they might meander out and start feeding across here. That's the plan. Gonna give it another half an hour and then I'm gonna start going down because it was crazy steep to get here. I don't know why, but I'm a little bit scared. Well, not scared, but a bit wary. Because I think in these mountains shit could go bad pretty easy. Like even now, if I roll my ankle or something, like you got to get yourself down and it's a big steep hill to get down. Alright, I'm gonna get my backpack on now so I don't make any more noise or movement. Stay here for another half an hour. Hopefully I see something. Nothing walked out, then I'm just gonna start going down. It's too gnarly to do it in the dark. I actually ran back and got a head torch because I forgot it. So I've got a head torch, but and I'm fucking glad I did do that. But yeah, I'm just gonna start dropping down this next face. I'll try and hunt a little bit, but I think that was my chances over. Too much of a pussy to stay here till dark. Alright, it's fucking freezing. I'm gonna start walking.
The deer never poked its head out, and I came back to the top of this ridge and tried to figure out how the hell I was going to get home.
Camp's down on that middle bend on that river. I've got a lot of meters to drop down. Just having one quick look on this flats just to see if I can see anything. Now the scary bit. I'm so tempted to fucking go down that ridge there and down, because that way I came was fucked. I'm just going the way I went because at least I can follow a path in the dark. This is going to be hectic.
I was using an app called NZ Topo, and you can actually record your track. And I suggest anyone does this because it allows you to retrace your steps to give yourself a safe exit route.
Holy shit, where the fuck am I?
Following a track you came up on, at least you know you can get down. By taking shortcuts like before with my torch, you can just hit these valleys and areas that are just unpassable. When you add darkness and cold to a situation like that and you get cliffed out, it can be pretty scary, and you can spend a lot of time up the mountain at night trying to find your way down safely.
Holy fuck. Go to New Zealand hunting, they say. Oh, mate. Wee. Safe. I'm just pretty much done all the skits bits. This bit down here is steep. Between these two trees it drops off, but I don't know. Should you be up here by yourself? Probably not. I'm doing that. I don't know. I think I got old enough that I just don't want to die doing something stupid. But anyway, I'm glad that bit's done. Still some pretty gnarly stuff to go. Gotta drop here, drop there, then down into there, walk back, and the camp's down over here. The wind's coming behind me now. It's all cooling air, so I'm not going to say anything. It's like, oh, would have winded me by now. And I've just walked into a load of these things. Back to it, laddie.
Frustration was starting to set in. I'd already been at it in these mountains for a few days. I was up early and back late at night and I was cooked.
This place is crazy. And then you end up like this every time. Think you're on the track you came on? Oh. It's another few hours logged. Back on the main track now. Camp's only like a kilometre upstream. Anyway, when I get back home, it's fucking 9:30 at night. Whew. Cooked.
I returned to the cabin and the guys with the boomsticks had had a good day.
He's solid.
He's pretty thick.
He looked good on the hill. He looked good, better on the hill than he did.
They always do, mate.
Yeah.
I tell you what, carrying him out, I was like, this thing's fucking 200, 300 pounds easy.
So I think I've got,
Yeah, I carried here out.
oh, the legs. Yeah.
There's something rewarding about
And the
it.
balls.
That's a fucking... Oh, cool. that is a... Oh,
That leg.
Babes and boars.
Why are we international hamster?
It's like there's a lot of light on you.
Yeah, I know.
A few of the guys took off the next morning to go process the meat. I wasn't there to say goodbye. I was up the mountain already. I'd slept for 4 hours and got straight back up there. It was worth it. My time in the bush had paid off. I spotted 2 deer not far from camp. I closed the gap right at the top of the mountain. Hit subscribe, put those notifications on. You're not going to want to miss this one.